Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at some RAM from G.Skill. Now this is a 64 gig kit of DDR4 RAM. Now you might be saying, why do you need 64 gigs? Well, I'll tell you. Well, I want to experiment with RAM cache and RAM disk and see how that's going to speed up my processes in Photoshop and video editing and things like that nature. So looking at the box, it's kind of plain. The only thing that really stands out is the back of the box. What G.Skill does is put a sticker for each of the DIMMs on the outside. Once again, we have 8 gigs of 64 gigabyte RAM. That makes sense. So let's go ahead and crack this open. Now this is your pretty standard RAM for DDR4. There's nothing really special about it. The timings aren't super great or anything like that. Let's see if my camera will focus here. Let's try. Probably not. So this is a 2400 megahertz kit. The timings aren't super tight. It's at 15, 15, 15, 35 at 1.20 volts. I think the stock timings for DDR4 starts at 2133, so it's a slight overclock there. Another reason why I chose to go with a lower clock kit is because I'm not really into overclocking, so it's not something that I feel is necessary to have 3000 megahertz or 3200 or anything like that. That's kind of ridiculous. Faster RAM doesn't really benefit most applications unless you're doing some heavy AutoCAD work or something like that. For me, I'd rather have stable clocking RAM than having to return a bunch of sets because they weren't compatible with the memory controller on my CPU. So the RAM is kind of plain. It's a black casing, G.Skill Ripjaws 4. Once again, looking at the back, it's kind of plain. Another reason why I chose this RAM over a lot of the others was because this is a simplistic design and it's very symmetrical. When using X99 boards, they have 8 DIMM slots across the top, and on one side it's facing one way and on the other side it's flip-flopped. And if you have non-symmetrical RAM, for me, it just kind of boggles my eyes and I don't really like it that much. I'd rather have my RAM look pretty symmetrical and neutral, especially the black color. Even if you have a lot of RGBness going on, the black will not clash with anything. So we've got all 8 gig sticks out right now, and then also G.Skill does include, for those of you out there who like it, 2 case badges. So that's pretty nice. I myself aren't a big fan of case badges, but I know there are people out there who would die if they didn't have a case badge with every product and to stick on their case. Me, I kind of stick them on something and forget about it. So that's all that's in the box. Once again, I'll let you guys have a good look at this RAM here. Once again, it's pretty basic. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it. If you feel you have any suggestions or comments you want to make, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you for watching the very first episode of Steven Does Tech.